people want to know what are the top RFEs or requests for additional evidence that come up, or requests for evidence that comes up from USCIS or from Department of State or whatever. And the top RFEs that come up, it really depends on the type of agency that you have. I mean, in terms of Department of State, you have issues with not meeting the poverty guidelines in terms of your sponsor. You have issues of like making sure you have all police certificates from the different countries where you lived, or at least from the current country. You might have issues of not having filled out your medical records, or not having done your exam, or sometimes there's issues with the exam itself, and this varies country to country. There's an issue of, have you finalized all prior marriages? Sometimes people have had a prior marriage, and so you need to show what's called the final divorce decree. So it's not enough that you have filed for divorce, but you need a final decision on the divorce, and that's called the decree. Basically the judgment on that divorce, that it's finalized, everything is over. And so that's mainly in the Department of State side. And then you have with USCIS, you have issues of with spousal visas, or even with fiance visa. You have the intent to marry requirement, especially with the fiance visa is a big one. And so people miss that a lot. And so you need to show that you intend to marry within 90 days of entering the U.S. People miss that a lot. And then it's not, you need to show proof of how you intend to do that and what that's like, like proof of wedding, impending wedding, and things like that. The other big one is that a lot of people try to do a fiancé visa, but they forget about the requirement of having met in person in the last 2 years. And so you want to show and prove with documents and with facts that you have met in person the last 2 years. And so these are some of the different requirements that come up, and some of the biggest issues that cases might have, and ultimately for spousal and or fiancé visa situations, they will look to the underlying relationship. Is it a real relationship or not? When you go to the interview, that is the single most important determinant for an interview officer. They're trying to figure out, is this a real case or is it BS? So really you want to put your best foot forward and do it right the first time. Thank you for watching.